Executive Officer, we want to welcome you and express our thanks for your attendance at this virtual meeting. You should be able to see the agenda for this meeting on your computer screen, which is as shown in the definitive proxy statement approved by our board. In addition, you should be able to see a link to our meeting procedures on the meeting website. I'd like to begin by introducing the other directors present at this meeting. We have Kevin Lavin and Vanessa Figueres. Also here are John Collins, our Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer, Monica Greenberg, our Executive Vice President and General Counsel, John Pellicino, our Senior Director of Investor Relations, Darrington Hobson from BDO, our current independent registered public accounting firm, John Lawrence of Freed Frank, outside legal counsel to LivePerson, and Jason Graham of First Coast Results, who is serving as the Inspector of Elections. Jason Graham has been appointed Inspector of Elections to examine and tabulate proxies and ballots at this meeting. John Pellicino will review some procedural points regarding the meeting. John?
Thanks, John. First, we are recording this meeting, and you will be able to replay a recording of it from the virtual shareholder meeting website, which is virtualshareholdermeeting.com/LPSN 2024. Please wait a day or so to allow the recording to be uploaded. Second, you can use the question box on your screen to submit questions at any time during the meeting. We cannot guarantee that we will be able to answer all questions today. If we do not get to your question, you are welcome to ask it by emailing ir-lp@liveperson.com. Third, you can vote during this meeting at any time from the beginning of the meeting through the presentation of the proposals until we close the polls. If you have already voted in advance by using an online ballot or a physical proxy card, a vote at this meeting will supersede your earlier vote. If you have already voted, you do not need to vote again unless you wish to change your vote. Fourth, in the event of any technical difficulties, before the formal adjournment of this meeting, we may temporarily adjourn and reconvene. The meeting will proceed as follows. We'll discuss, move, and second the matters to be acted upon by the stockholders as described in the notice of annual meeting. After all matters have been discussed, the actual vote on each matter will then occur. If you have not yet voted or wish to change your vote, you may vote by going to virtualshareholdermeeting.com/LPSN 2024 and logging in using your control number found on your gold proxy card or voting instruction form and following the instructions available on the meeting website. After that, during the tabulation of the vote by the inspector, stockholders may submit questions by following the instructions available on the meeting website. Finally, the results of the vote will be announced and the meeting will be adjourned. We ask that you respect the rules of the meeting, which have been made available on the meeting website.
John Collins will now conduct the annual meeting as it relates to the proposals to be voted upon by the stockholders. John?
Thanks, John. All stockholders of record at the close of business on September 20, 2024, were given notice of the meeting by United States Mail on or about October 24, 2024. And I have, for the inclusion in the record of this meeting, an affidavit to that effect. The preliminary report of the Inspector of Elections is that a majority of the total number of shares outstanding and entitled to vote are present in person or by proxy at this meeting. Consequently, we have a quorum present in person or by proxy for purposes of conducting business at this meeting. A quorum being present, this meeting is declared open to proceed with its business. The first matter to be acted upon today is the election of 2 Class 3 directors. Nominations are now in order for these directors, who will serve for a term of 3 years until the annual meeting in 2027 or until their successors are duly elected and qualified. The Board of Directors has nominated Karen Joyce Tian and Dan Fletcher for election as Class 3 directors. Are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no question, a motion on the nomination is now in order.
I move that the director nominees be elected.
I second the motion. Next, we will consider the proposal to ratify the Audit Committee's appointment of BDO USA as the independent registered public accounting firm of the company for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2024. As described in this proxy statement, are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no questions, a motion on the proposal is now in order.
I move that the proposal to ratify the Audit Committee's appointment of BDO USA as the independent registered public accounting firm of the company for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024 be approved.
I second the motion. Next, we will consider the proposal to approve on an advisory basis the compensation of the company's named executive officers, as described in the proxy statement. Are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no questions, a motion on the proposal is now in order.
I move that the proposal to approve on an advisory basis the compensation of the company's named executive officers be approved.
I second the motion. Next, we will consider the proposal to approve the company's tax benefits preservation plan so that it may remain in effect through January 21, 2027, unless earlier terminated by the company's board of directors, as described in the proxy statement. Are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no questions, a motion on the proposal is now in order.
I move that the proposal to approve the company's tax benefits preservation plan so that it may remain in effect through January 21st, 2027, unless earlier terminated by the company's board of directors be approved.
I second the motion. Next, we will consider the proposal to approve the adoption of an amendment and restatement of the LivePerson 2019 Stock Incentive Plan. Are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no questions, a motion on the proposal is now in order.
I move that the proposal to approve the adoption of an amendment and restatement of the LivePerson Inc. 2019 Stock Incentive Plan be approved.
I second the motion. Next, we will consider the proposal to approve the adoption of the amendment and restatement of the LivePerson 2019 Employee Stock Purchase Plan. Are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no questions, a motion on the proposal is now in order.
I move that the proposal to approve the adoption of the amendment and restatement of the LivePerson Inc. 2019 Employee Stock Purchase Plan be approved.
I second the motion. Next, we will consider the proposal to approve the adoption of the amendment to the company's fourth amended and restated Certificate of Incorporation to provide for the exculpation of certain officers as permitted by Delaware law. Are there any questions regarding this proposal? There being no questions, a motion on the proposal is now in order.
I move that the proposal to approve the adoption of the amendment to the company's fourth amended and restated Certificate of Incorporation to provide for exculpation of certain officers as permitted by Delaware law be approved.
I second the motion. We'll now proceed to vote on the previously discussed proposals and nominees for director. It's not necessary for you to vote by ballot if you've already sent in your proxy, unless you wish to change your vote. You must be a record holder to vote at this meeting. If you are a beneficial owner, in other words, if your shares are held through a brokerage in street name, you can vote at this meeting only if you've obtained a valid legal proxy to vote specified shares from your broker, bank, or other nominee who holds your shares as a record holder. If you are entitled to vote at this virtual meeting and you wish to vote at this time, please click on the meeting ballot link underneath the meeting materials section of the website. Make your selection, fill out the form, the relevant information before clicking Submit Form at the bottom. While the Inspector of Elections completes the tabulation of the votes, John Sabino and I will be happy to take any questions. There being no questions posed, John Sabino will now report on the results of the stockholder vote.
According to the report of the Inspector of Elections, proposals numbers 1 through 6 presented to this meeting have been approved. Proposal number 7 presented to this meeting did not receive the affirmative vote of a majority of outstanding shares of the company's common stock, and accordingly, proposal number 7 has not been approved. First, Karen Joyce Tejan and Dan Fletcher have been elected as directors. Second, the Audit Committee's appointment of BDO USA as the independent registered public accounting firm of the company for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024 has been ratified. Third, the compensation of the company's named executive officers has been approved on an advisory basis. Fourth, the ratification of the tax benefit preservation plan has been approved. Fifth, the adoption of an amendment and restatement of the 2019 stock incentive plan has been approved. Sixth, the adoption of an amendment and restatement of the 2019 employee stock purchase plan has been approved. And seventh, the amendment to the fourth amended and restated Certificate of Incorporation has not been approved. Bruce?
Thank you, John. The matters for which this meeting was called to consider have been completed. There is no other business to come before the meeting. May I have a motion that the meeting be adjourned?
I move that the meeting be adjourned.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
This concludes today's meeting. Thank you for joining and have a nice day.
Motion's approved. Welcome to the board, new directors. Well done, everybody. Price action, also extremely positive there. Currently back above $1. There's a particularly useful fib channel on the charts for you. Check the Discord, you'll get more on that. 1 hour time frame, you can see you're holding that formation at the moment. Third rising valley. If price does now get back above 179, you can expect $3 plus. More information to come on that. Thank you very much, Merrick. Thank you very much, everybody. Any questions? Let me know. Well, I propose we adjourn this meeting. I second that motion. There's important details coming up on the show later today. You'll find those clues, hints, and nudges on the Discord. Does nobody want technical analysis on LivePerson? It has moved a considerable distance. 20% there. From the lows to the high, what was it? 37%. 76 and a couple of decimals, and you're looking at a 37% move. That's very positive on LivePerson. You can definitely do a good job at these levels if you manage your risk properly. One hour time frame, so we're not messing around. All significant. 21%. the motion in the ocean. I'm paying attention here, but nothing's coming in. So thank you very much for watching. Links below the video for more. Till then, see you later.